Oh, Selena! Long time no see, huh? Yo? You there? It's me, Pete, your beloved ex-husband, making the grand effort to reach out. You should be grateful. So, are you gonna respond to me or not?
Beloved? Ex-husband? What the hell are you rambling about?
Ah, see? I knew you were reading my messages. I gotcha. Couldn't resist, huh? Classic.
The only reason I'm replying is because your nonstop spam was annoying and the words coming out of your mouth were impossible to ignore. Also, who the hell gave you my new number? I changed it for a reason, damn it.
Man, you haven't changed at all. Still the queen of not showing your love outright to me. I love that about you.
Not showing my love outright to you? Are you seriously that brain dead? I only replied because I don't want some creep like you twisting reality and spreading your nonsense. So yeah, I'm replying purely for damage control. Got it?
Yeah, whatever. Skip the drama, babe. So when do I move in?
Move in? What in God's name are you talking about now?
Oh, stop playing coy. You're rebuilding that house of yours, aren't you?
And?
Yeah, I saw it. Just happened to pass by the other day. Looks like a brand new two-family home, huh? Pretty bold move.
And that's your business. How?
Oh, come on. It's obvious, isn't it? You finally realized you can't live without me. That house, it's your way of saying you want us back together. Don't worry, babe. I'm a forgiving man. I can overlook the cold shoulder you gave me. We can pick up right where we left off.
I honestly don't know where to begin correcting your idiocy. Seriously, what fantasy world are you living in? I have zero interest in getting back with you. None.
There you go again with that tough act, not showing your love for me mode activated. You don't have to be like this, you know. If you hadn't gone and changed your number like some rebellious teenager, we wouldn't be playing this cat and mouse game, right?
Listen carefully, you delusional fossil. I didn't change my number for fun. I changed it to escape you. I don't want anything to do with you or your warped little fantasies.
Yeah, whatever. I get it. You're shy about admitting you miss me. But don't worry, I'm a patient guy. I'll keep an eye on the house. When it's ready, I'll just show up with my stuff. You won't have to lift a finger.
No, you won't, because there's one thing you clearly haven't bothered to wrap your tiny brain around.
Oh, finally admitting it, huh? You're ready to beg for me to come back? Let's hear it, babe.
I'm already married.
Come again?
You heard me. I'm married. Happily, legally, and completely married. So your little fantasy reunion? Never. Not in this life, not in any life.
Good one. Nice bluff, but you'll have to do better than that if you want me to buy it.
You're not buying it because you don't want to face reality.
Damn right I'm not buying it. You think I'm that easy to fool? I've seen that two-family house going up with my own eyes every single day. And your parents are long gone, aren't they? Which means there's only one logical explanation left. You're building that house so you can live with my parents. That's the only thing that makes sense. You're trying to patch things up with me. You're planning our sweet little remarriage, and you just couldn't say it out loud. How's that for airtight detective work, huh? Impressive, right? You can praise me now.
I don't even know where to start with how brain-meltingly wrong you are. Seriously, my brain cells are crying just listening to you. First off, newsflash, you and your parents are not part of my life plan. That house, it has nothing to do with you. I'm not building it for you, with you, near you, or anything else your messed up heads conjured up. So stop this pathetic fantasy, delete my number, and do not contact me again. Am I clear?
Yeah, you're just flustered, babe. 5 years apart is a long time, huh? I get it. You're in panic mode, but I know you. Once you calm down, you'll realize how much you miss me. I'll give you some space, but I'll be back. Count on it, Selena. Later, babe. Hey, Selena. It's me, your beloved pet, remember? I figured I'd give you a heads up since we're practically family now and all. So, about that shiny new two-family house of yours. Looks like it turned out pretty well, huh? I passed by the other day, couldn't help but notice how gorgeous it's looking. And I saw there's already a car parked out front. Judging by that, I guess you're pretty much all set to move in, right? No more delays or excuses, huh? Well, that's perfect timing, isn't it? Because guess what? I'm thinking it's about time we joined you. You know, as one big, happy, blended family. Us, you, and of course my dear parents, too. I mean, that's how it's supposed to work, right? It is a two-family home after all. So, let's make it official, shall we? We'll be bringing our things over soon, and we'll be counting on you to welcome us properly. From now on, let's all get along, okay? You can look forward to seeing us around morning, noon, and night. We'll be neighbors, housemates, family, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, don't stress too much about the details. We'll take care of the rest when we get there. See you real soon, Selena.
What the hell? You're seriously planning to move in here? With your parents too? You can't be serious.
Ah, Selena. Finally acting like your usual self, huh? Why the cold shoulder last night? I sent you a message straight from your one and only darling husband, you know? You should have been waiting by your phone ready to reply instantly. That's basic respect, don't you think?
Ugh, I have so many things I want to say. I don't even know where to start. For your information, my phone ran out of battery last night. I just turned it back on, and now I'm reading your absurd, delusional message and trying not to burst out laughing.
Absurd, huh? Sounds to me like my message made quite an impact on you, didn't it? You're so moved you don't even know how to react. Must be nice to still feel that way about me after all these years, huh?
Don't twist my words into whatever suits your fantasy. I'm disgusted, not thrilled. Why is that so hard for you to understand?
Oh, come on. You know what they say. When a woman says no, it secretly means yes, right? Wait, maybe this is one of those classic tsundere moments, huh?
Yeah, no, and don't show up here. Why the hell would I ever welcome back an ex-husband who cheated on me and his vile parents who spent years hurling insults at me? You think I've been waiting around to crawl back to that nightmare?
Look, about the cheating thing, let's just call it water under the bridge, all right?
Excuse me? Water under the bridge? For both of us?
Yeah, exactly. Even Mom said it. This all happened because you just weren't attractive enough as a woman. You totally failed as a wife, Selena. Honestly, you should have been the one paying me alimony to make up for it. But somehow I ended up paying you. And after that, the past 5 years have been hell for me. I got dumped by that girl, lost my job, the neighbors whisper about me behind my back. It's been a nightmare. So now it's only fair you dedicate your life to making it up to me.
Making it up to you?
Exactly. You built that fancy two-family house just for that, right? To atone. For me and my parents.
What kind of twisted logic is that? That has nothing to do with you.
Oh, don't get all worked up now. If you're already this emotional, how will you handle seeing me in person? Speaking of which, guess what? I'm here right now.
What?
I brought my parents and we're ready to move in. I even brought the marriage registration forms so we can officially get remarried today. Let's start our happy family life again.
Are you out of your mind?
Our stuff's on the way too. Movers will be here in the afternoon, so yeah, you'll take care of those feels, right? Thanks in advance.
Wait, you actually came?
Yup. Look out your window if you don't believe me. We're standing right at your front door. Me, Mom, and Dad.
There's nobody out there.
Huh?
Yeah, I checked. There's no one at my door.
Cut the crap, Selena. Stop pretending, will ya? We're right here.
No, seriously, there's no one.
What?
Where exactly are you?
At your front door, duh.
Address?
Why do I need to tell you that? This is your family home, isn't it? Like I'd forget after all the times I've been here. We're in A City, of course.
A City? You're at my old family home?
Obviously. Why are you double-checking like some clueless idiot? Open the door already. Mom and Dad can't wait to resume your wifely re-education. Time for you to remember your place.
You might want to double check that address yourself, genius, because you're at the wrong house.
What?
You finally made me understand what you've been rambling about all this time. Took me long enough.
What are you talking about?
That house, you know, my old family home, I sold it.
What?
Yeah, I sold it years ago.
Why the hell would you do that?
After we divorced, I lived there for a couple of years, but the house was old and falling apart, so I sold it off. Simple.
No way. But then where do you live now?
After that, I rented a small, cheap apartment for a while. But now I live in a beautiful two-family home with my husband and his lovely parents.
Husband?
Yeah, I met him through some friends.
And his parents?
Uh-huh. They're kind, considerate, and nothing like the nightmare you call parents.
I don't understand. This has to be some kind of prank, right? You're just trying to surprise me or something.
Nope, no tricks here. This is my life now.
You can't do this to me. You have to let me move in. I already gave up my apartment. My dad and I even quit our jobs for this.
Oh my God, were you seriously planning to live off my income? Is that what this was about?
Well, I figured if you had enough cash to build a house, you could support us.
Unbelievable. Yeah, I built a house, but it's under my husband's name. And guess what? It's nowhere near A City. I didn't even know my old place was under construction again.
No, open the door, damn it! Let's get married again, I'm begging you!
You really are the king of idiots.
What?
Did you even look at the nameplate on the mailbox?
Nameplate? Wait a sec, that's not your name!
Exactly. Some completely unrelated family lives there now. Got it? You're trespassing on a stranger's property.
What?
So unless you want to get arrested for loitering, I suggest you pack up your circus and leave. And you might want to hurry, because if someone inside already called the cops, well, I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh no, Selena, there's a police car coming!
Tough luck. Guess you'll just have to figure it out on your own.
Selena! Help me!
Not my problem. Goodbye. Sometime later, I received an unexpected phone call from one of my ex-husband's distant relatives. This person, who I hadn't heard from in years, called me to apologize and to explain what had happened after the incident involving the police. I wasn't sure if I wanted to hear anything about my ex-husband or his family, considering all the pain and betrayal they had caused me in the past. But out of a sense of closure, or perhaps simple curiosity, I chose to listen. According to them, after the chaotic incident with the police patrol car, things had escalated quickly for my ex-husband and his parents. Apparently, when they saw the patrol car approaching them, they panicked, as if realizing too late that their behavior had crossed into criminal territory. In their desperation to escape the scene, they tried to flee in different directions, but fate seemed to have other plans. As they scrambled to disappear into the nearby streets, they ended up running straight into another set of officers who had arrived on bicycles from an alternative route. Those officers quickly blocked their path, cutting off their escape and forcing them into an awkward confrontation. Faced with police officers demanding explanations, the three of them became flustered and could barely string together a coherent story. Their elusive behavior, fidgeting and mumbling, only made them look more suspicious in the eyes of the authorities. They had no identification on them, no clear purpose for being in the area, and no reasonable explanation as to why they had reacted with such panic when seeing the patrol car. Naturally, this triggered the officers' instincts to treat them as potential criminals, resulting in them being detained and taken in for questioning at the police station. Although, according to the relative, even though no direct harm had yet been inflicted upon anyone, the police deemed their actions sufficiently suspicious to warrant a thorough investigation. After several hours of interrogation and an official warning, they were released under strict surveillance and with a formal warning on their record. They were made well aware that any further incidents would result in immediate arrest and more serious charges. But as I listened to the details, it became clear that the true punishment for them had nothing to do with police action. Their biggest problem was far more pressing and far less avoidable. They had no home, no income, and no one left willing to support them. The relative told me, almost with a tone of cold resignation, that the trio, my ex-husband and his aging parents, were now effectively destitute. In the 5 years since our divorce and the ugly affair that had shattered not only our marriage but also their social standing, they had managed to alienate practically everyone in their extended family. Once their dirty laundry had been aired for all to see, the cheating, the manipulation, the lies, they had been ostracized. Relatives who once might have offered them a spare room or financial help had turned their backs, disgusted by the betrayal and selfishness they had displayed. Even friends who once orbited their lives disappeared once it became clear that associating with them would only bring trouble. Now they had no choice but to live in a run-down, decrepit apartment in the worst part of town. It was a tiny, suffocating space in a building where the shared toilet was in the hallway and there was no bath at all. They had to make do with public bathhouses or endure humiliation of using hand basins and makeshift methods just to keep clean. The rent was dirt cheap, and that was the only reason they could afford it. But even then, every month was a struggle to scrape together enough money to keep a roof over their heads. My ex-husband, once smug and arrogant, who had so easily thrown away our family for his fleeting affair, now faced the grim reality of being a middle-aged man with no job, no skills to fall back on, and no support system. His parents, who once looked down on me as if I were some outsider unworthy of their son, were now equally destitute and humiliated, their pride shattered, their status reduced to nothing more than gossip fodder for those in the neighborhood who remembered them in their better days. They tried, I heard, to find jobs, anything to sustain themselves, but employers weren't interested in hiring people with gaps in their work history and a reputation for trouble. Word travels fast in smaller communities, and their tainted names followed them like a scarlet letter. The few times they managed to get part-time work, they were treated with contempt, given the worst shifts, and talked about behind their backs by coworkers who saw them as pathetic, washed-up has-beens. The relative told me that they spent most of their days hiding inside their tiny apartment, rarely venturing out except to buy the barest of essentials. Their days were filled with bitterness, arguments, and endless blame-shifting, each of them pointing fingers at the other for the life they now led. My ex-husband blamed his mother for controlling him and pushing him into decisions he now regretted. His mother, in turn, blamed him for being weak and useless, for not providing the life she believed she deserved. His father, silent and broken, merely sat in the corner, staring blankly at the walls, having given up on the idea of a better future. I won't pretend that hearing all this didn't stir some complicated feelings in me. A part of me, the part that had suffered through their cruelty, their betrayal, their manipulation, felt vindicated. They had made their bed, and now they were forced to lie in it, cold, lonely, and penniless. But another part of me, perhaps the more compassionate side, couldn't help but feel a pang of pity. I had moved on, I had rebuilt my life, found happiness again, and surrounded myself with people who truly cared about me and valued me. I had a partner who respected me, a support network that embraced me, and a peaceful home where love, not resentment, was the foundation.
Well, well, Allison, you're trying to cut corners again, aren't you? This is exactly why girls raised by some sloppy, broke, single father always end up like this. Absolutely useless.
London, I'm sorry, what are you even talking about? That was a very sudden attack, and I don't see where it's coming from.
Oh, don't play dumb with me. You were about to serve up lazy food again, weren't you? Were you seriously about to feed my son that kind of garbage?
Lazy food? I don't understand. What do you mean?
Your fridge! It was packed full of pre-made side dishes. I saw it with my own eyes.
Wait, are you saying you went inside our house again while we weren't home?
I simply stopped by to borrow something, and while I was there, I took a look around to see if my son's wife was keeping the home properly. There's nothing wrong with that, is there?
There's everything wrong with that. I've asked you before. Please don't let yourself in when nobody's home. At the very least, can't you wait until Flynn or I are present and let us know beforehand?
And now you're dodging the topic. Typical. You always try to shift the blame when you're called out for your own failures. We're talking about those pathetic pre-made meals in your fridge, not your boundaries.
So you really think having pre-made dishes is cutting corners?
Absolutely. Especially that excuse of a meat and potatoes stew. What were you even trying to do with that?
Meat and potatoes? Wait, do you mean that stew?
Yes, if that's what you call it. The vegetables were cut unevenly, the broth was tasteless, so just appalling. So I threw it away.
You what?
I threw it out. There's no way I'd let Flynn eat something so bland and half-hearted.
That dish, Flynn made it.
What?
My father's friend brought us fresh potatoes the other day. Flynn got really excited and said he wanted to try cooking something on his own. So he followed a recipe step by step and made that nikujaga himself.
You're telling me Flynn made that?
Yes, he's been getting more and more interested in cooking lately. He's been flipping through recipe books after work and practicing with the basics. That stew was something he was really proud of, and you threw it away like it was trash?
You let your husband, a grown man, cook for himself?
I'm sorry, I'm not sure how that's relevant.
Unbelievable. That alone proves you're a failure as a wife. But more importantly, don't you dare ever serve him reheated meals again. And from now on, make sure he eats better food, not the leftovers from yesterday.
What exactly do you mean by better?
I saw you the other day at the supermarket. You were buying marked down meat and wilted vegetables. I saw you looking through the clearance bin like a scavenger.
You were watching me?
I was going to say hello, but honestly, I was too embarrassed. I couldn't believe you'd stoop so low in public.
London, have you ever stopped to consider why we're struggling to stay within our budget lately? You barging in uninvited and throwing out food like that, it's not just invasive, it's wasteful. That lazy stew could have lasted us 2 days worth of meals and you just trashed it.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry, but we have reached our limit. I'm going to talk to Flynn and ask him to take back the spare key. You can't keep coming and going whenever you like.
You what? You're taking the key away from me?
Actually, I'm thinking of changing the locks to a type that can't be duplicated so easily, just to be safe.
You little...
I really don't have time to argue anymore. I have work left to finish. If you have concerns about what Flynn eats or what we keep in the fridge, feel free to call before showing up uninvited.
Well, this is unbelievable. I am his mother.
And I'm his wife. He's an adult, London. You don't get to decide what he eats, where he eats, or what time he gets home. And you certainly don't get to dictate how I manage our meals at home.
You're going to regret this.
Maybe, but at least I'll regret it with my dignity intact. Now please leave. London, where are you right now? I have been calling and messaging you for over an hour and no response. And I need you to return the spare key, remember? Still nothing. London, come on, I can see that you've read my messages.
Yes, calm down. What is it now?
When you stopped by earlier today, you took something from the house, didn't you?
I already told you. I sent a message saying I was borrowing something. The conversation about your disgraceful cooking was just a side note. That wasn't the main reason I dropped by.
Then give it back.
Excuse me? When a mother-in-law politely asks to borrow something, the proper response from a daughter-in-law is, of course, take whatever you need. Not screaming demands.
Then come when someone is actually home. You can't just let yourself in like that, London.
I did message you that I'd be borrowing something. Don't act like I didn't give you a heads up.
A vague message saying I'm dropping by to borrow something isn't enough. You didn't say what you were taking. Some things are precious. I don't want just anyone grabbing whatever they like from my home.
You're being ridiculous. If you're going to obsess over every little item, you're clearly not cut out to be the wife of this family.
Stop trying to twist this around and justify your behavior. You took something deeply personal, something that mattered to me.
What are you even talking about?
The dress you took. That was my mother's dress. It's one of the only things I have left of her.
This thing? Oh, that explains the weird pattern. Such a dated look. Oh, figures it would come from a cheap background.
You knew. You knew, didn't you? And now you're pretending you didn't?
Even knowing it's not like it's anything special. You're acting like it's some priceless heirloom when it honestly looks like a thrift store reject.
Then give it back.
Well, that's going to be difficult right now.
Why?
Because I'm wearing it.
What?
A friend of mine invited me to a last-minute theater night. She said, let's make it a bit classy, everyone in dresses. But the problem was my own dresses were all at the cleaners. I wore one to a cousin's wedding just last week, and everything's out being washed.
So you decided to wear my mother's dress without asking?
Yes, I remembered seeing a few of your dresses tucked away. I thought one of them might do in a pinch. It's not my fault you keep sentimental junk in the closet and expect me to know which rags are sacred.
Why didn't you rent something or just wear something simple?
Rentals cost money. Why should I waste money when there's something right there at home? This worked out perfectly. It's convenient.
No, London, it's not convenient. It's theft. That dress was not yours to take, not yours to wear, and not yours to mock.
Oh, stop being so melodramatic. I told you, I'll return it. It's not like I'm keeping it. You're blowing this out of proportion.
You don't get to decide what is or isn't a big deal. That dress was the only thing I had left from my mother. It was hers. She wore it on the last birthday we celebrated before she passed. You had no right.
Oh, please. You can't live your life clinging to old rags and memories. Let it go already. She's gone.
Don't you dare.
I really don't have time for this. The performance is starting. I'm turning my phone off now.
London, don't you dare hang up on me.
Toodles.
London! Open your phone. Pick up. Why aren't you answering me? Explain yourself right now.
Ugh, what is this all about? Do you always have to be so dramatic?
Dramatic? You really think I'm being dramatic right now? Where is my dress? Don't play dumb. The heels and ribbon were in the case, but the dress was gone. The dress. My mother's keepsake, the one I trusted you to bring here safely. Where is it?
Oh, that. Right, yeah, about that.
Start talking now.
So, my friend, the one I went to the theater with yesterday, she saw the dress when I opened the bag and she was obsessed with it. She said she'd never seen anything so unique before, and she begged me to let her have it. Kept going on and on, wouldn't shut up about it, so I gave it to her.
You gave it to her? You gave away my dress. The only thing I have left of my mother, and you gave it away like it was nothing?
Oh, don't make it sound so harsh. She really loved it, and I didn't want to sour our friendship by saying no.
You seriously prioritized your friendship over my mother's legacy? Do you realize what you've done?
Oh, come on. It's not like it was some priceless relic. It's just a dress. And besides, it looked kind of old, honestly. Worn.
Don't you dare. That dress was handcrafted. My mother wore it the night she won her final competition. It was her most treasured possession. She made me promise to take care of it. You had no right to even touch it without asking, let alone give it away.
Okay. Jeez, you're acting like I burned your house down. I'll pay you for it if it means that much to you. What, like $300?
It's worth $300,000.
Sorry, what?
$300,000. That's what the dress is worth. It was made by a Japanese living national treasure. A one-of-a-kind commission, silk, hand-dyed by a master. Priceless? Maybe, but insured for $300,000.
That's a joke, right? There's no way something like that ended up in your family.
Why not? Because we're not dripping in gold? Because I come from a single-parent household, do you assume we're broke? My mother's family descended from nobility. The dress originally belonged to my grandmother. She purchased it through a personal connection with a renowned artisan. And that artist was recognized by the Japanese government for cultural preservation.
No, you're lying. This is some kind of trick to guilt me.
You don't believe me? Fine. Ask your sister Angela. She and her husband visited our home, remember? She took one look at the dress and nearly cried. Recognized the textile work instantly. Said it had to be from a living national treasure. And said it could easily be worth $300,000 or more. She even asked to take a photo of it to show her contacts.
Why didn't you tell me all of this earlier?
I tried, but you turned off your phone. You always do that when things get inconvenient, don't you? You walk around like nothing matters unless you decided it mattered.
Okay, fine, I'm sorry, I didn't know.
But you knew it was my mother's keepsake. You knew I trusted you. And you still gave it away. You still laughed when you told me it had been chopped up for an Aloha shirt.
Well, I didn't think it would spiral like this. I just thought she'd wear it once, maybe keep it. I didn't think she'd destroy it.
You didn't think at all. That's the problem. You act like people's hearts are toys. You walk around with your smirk and your petty little remarks, but the truth is, you're cruel. And when someone finally holds you accountable, you act shocked.
Look, I said I'd pay for it. I'll find a way.
You said it was a cheap old dress not 5 minutes ago. Now suddenly you're scrambling, but you know what? I don't want your money. I want my mother's dress back. Can you do that?
No, it's gone. I told you. It's been cut to pieces.
Then we're done, because this wasn't just a mistake. It was theft.
I didn't steal it.
You didn't have my permission. You took it without consent. You gave it away, and now it's destroyed. And I have every right to report that. Flynn wants me to go to the police. He is furious, London. Because while you were destroying what little I had left of my mother, he was the one trying to help me hold it together.
Flynn's involved in this?
Yes, and more than that, he told his father everything.
What? He told his dad?
Flynn sent him a message. He's flying back immediately. He said, and I quote, "If she did this on purpose, we'll be having a very serious conversation about what kind of woman I married." He also said you might want to start preparing for a divorce.
No. Oh, this is a nightmare. It was just a stupid dress. How did this happen?
Because you made it happen. You saw something that mattered to me and decided to ruin it. And the kicker? You weren't subtle about it. You whispered to yourself as you took the dress. "So, this is her precious keepsake dress, huh? Well, I'm sure it's nothing special. She'll probably panic when she finds out I wore it."
How do you know that?
Because you were caught on camera. Our pet monitoring system has sound. It recorded every word. And now it's evidence. Evidence of intent, of motive, of malice.
No, please. This can't be happening. I didn't know it was being recorded. I didn't think.
You never do. And for once, that's going to cost you.
Please, can't we just talk about this? Work something out.
You had that chance. You lost it. From here on out, I'll be handling everything through legal counsel. You'll hear from my attorney soon.
Wait, no, don't do this. I'll be ruined.
You should have thought of that before you treated my grief like a joke. Before you handed my mother's memory over to a stranger just to feel powerful. You destroyed something I can never replace, and now you'll have to live with the consequences. Goodbye, London. The following day, my father-in-law returned home from his post in another city, having been informed of everything that had happened in his absence. The moment he stepped through the front door and saw the tension in the air, he knew something was wrong. But once he heard the full story, every reckless, selfish act that had unfolded, his rage boiled over. I had never seen a man look so completely betrayed by the people he trusted most. His face, usually calm and composed, was hardened with fury and disbelief. He didn't waste time with shouting or theatrics. No, his response was far more final. He immediately told my mother-in-law that their marriage was over. No more discussion, no more second chances, just a quiet, steely declaration that it was finished. Apparently on his way home, after speaking with several family members and reading messages I had sent him to explain what happened, he had already stopped by the city hall and picked up the divorce papers. Now, with unwavering resolve, he placed the documents in front of her and told her to sign them. And she did. Perhaps out of guilt, perhaps out of shock, or perhaps because she knew she had no defense left. But that wasn't the end of the story, not by a long shot. For the infamous wedding dress, the one that held so much sentimental and monetary value, it had been recklessly cut up and turned into a gaudy Aloha shirt, all for the sake of some tasteless joke. The person responsible for sewing the dress into that awful garment was one of my mother-in-law's close friends. At the time I was furious, but I had assumed she knew the dress's significance. It turns out she didn't. She had been told it was just some old fabric my mother-in-law no longer cared about. When the truth came out, she was horrified. A few days later, she visited me in person, bowed her head low, and dropped to her knees in front of me. Tears welled up in her eyes as she apologized again and again, saying she had no idea what she had been asked to destroy. She begged for forgiveness, saying that she couldn't live with herself if she didn't try to make things right. I never wanted to see anyone grovel like that. I didn't need her to do that. I could see she was genuinely remorseful. She wasn't the one who needed to bear the full weight of this disaster. but she insisted. As a result, she proposed a repayment plan for the cost of the destroyed dress. She would handle the entire financial burden out of her own pocket. Not because I asked her to, but because she said her conscience wouldn't allow her to do otherwise. That kind of integrity, it honestly surprised me. Later, I found out something else that made everything make a little more sense. This friend of my mother-in-law's wasn't just any ordinary person. She was actually a wealthy businesswoman. She owned a factory, managed a successful textile enterprise, and had more than enough resources to cover the damages. And this is where the irony truly hit home. She decided that my mother-in-law would pay off the debt herself by working in her factory. Yes, the same woman who once bragged about being too refined for manual labor was now waking up before dawn to put in hours on the production floor. Her friend had offered her a position out of mercy, a way for her to make amends through honest labor. I heard from mutual acquaintances that she's been grumbling every day since, muttering things like this wasn't how her life was supposed to turn out and how unfair everything is. But honestly, I can't feel sorry for her, not even a little. She did this to herself. She tore apart something meaningful, treated it like trash, and for what? A moment of petty control? A show of disrespect? Now she's paying the price literally and figuratively. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Hey, Forrest! Been a long time, huh? It's me, Tomas! Ring any bells? Wow, Tomas! Yeah, I remember you. You were in my class back in high school, right? That's the one! Guilty as charged! Man, it's been what, 12 years? Time flies! Yeah, it's been a while for sure. Honestly, this is kind of a surprise. Not to be rude, but we weren't exactly close back then. What's got you reaching out now? Fair point, I get it. But hey, I've got a reason. So here's the deal. We're organizing a high school reunion this year. I got volunteered, well, pushed into being the point person, so I've been hitting up everyone. Oh, a reunion. I hadn't even thought about that kind of thing. To be honest, I've never gone to any of the past ones. Tell me about it. You've been a total ghost. We've had 4 already, man. Every time we'd send you invites, and every time you bailed with some I'm busy excuse or something. Thought you were never gonna show your face again. Guilty as charged, but I mean, can you really blame me? My high school life wasn't exactly a highlight reel. I wasn't popular, barely had any close friends, and most people probably forgot I even existed. I always felt like I'd be that awkward guy just standing around with a drink and no one to talk to. Yeah, I remember you were kinda reserved, bit of a loner vibe, real quiet, always had your head in a book. Definitely gave off that straight A dark cloud energy. But hey, we were all weird back then. You probably turned out fine. Thanks, I guess. I like to think I've mellowed out a bit. Got a decent job, started talking to actual people, developed a bit of social skill. Took some time, but I'm not the same ghost I used to be. That's what I like to hear. See, that's why these reunions are great. We all grew up, changed in ways no one expected. It's cool seeing how everyone turned out, who got hot, who didn't, who became successful, who didn't. Good food, cold drinks, old stories. What's not to like? Yeah, but I don't know. Even if I've changed, the idea of walking into a room full of people who remember me as that weird, quiet guy is still kinda intimidating. Like, what if they still see me the same way? Look, man, no one's gonna roast you or anything. Honestly, most of us barely remember who said what in math class 12 years ago. Everyone's just there to catch up and have a laugh. And you'd be surprised. Some of the people who barely noticed each other back then end up bonding the most now. It's just life. We've all taken different roads. That's fair. I guess I've been carrying around some old anxiety for no real reason. Maybe I've been too caught up in who I was, not who I am now. Exactly, dude. Nobody's frozen in time. You show up, have a drink, maybe reconnect with someone you didn't expect to. Worst case, you eat some free food and leave early. Best case, you actually enjoy yourself. All right. You said it's next month? Yeah, we're aiming for the third Saturday. Afternoon start, probably around 1 or 2 p.m. Venue's still getting finalized, but I'll text you the full details once it's locked in. So can I put you down as a yes? Let me think. I don't have anything scheduled for that day, and... You know what? Yeah, screw it, I'll go! Time to stop hiding from my past like it's some cursed relic. There we go! That's the spirit! Forrest finally steps into the light! Alright, man, I'll mark you down as confirmed, and hey, don't sweat it! No one's judging. It's just a bunch of awkward adults pretending they weren't awkward teenagers. You'll blend in just fine. I'll be in touch soon with all the info. All right. Thanks for reaching out, Tomas. Appreciate the push. Anytime, man. Talk soon. Hey, Tomas, got a second? I just got to the venue a little before 3, like the invitation said, but there's no one here. Not a single person. Did I mess up the address or something? Tomas? Dude, seriously? You actually fell for it? That's hilarious! Wait, what do you mean, fell for it? Reunion venue changed, bro! We canceled that place earlier today! Changed? To where? Now why would I tell you that? Come on, man, you're the punchline today. God, I can't believe how easy this was. What the hell are you talking about? All right, I'll spell it out since you clearly don't get it. So there's this little game me and my buddies play during drinking parties. It's kinda our signature move. We invite everyone to a place, confirm the time and all that. Then, on the day, we cancel the reservations, switch locations, and tell almost everyone. Almost. We leave one person out of the loop, just one. You're joking! Nope. And guess what? Today, you were the lucky one we didn't tell. Congrats, man. You're the chosen idiot. This isn't funny! I didn't fall for anything. You never even told me the new location. How is that some kind of prank? It's simple, man. We all take bets. Who's gonna get screwed? Who'll actually pay the cancellation fee? You know how much they charge for canceling a 140-person booking on short notice? $7,000! The loser pays! That's the game! Today, you're the loser, so cough it up! You expect me to pay $7,000 for a prank I wasn't even told I was part of? Are you insane? That's not a game, that's just manipulation! That's fraud! Relax, man. We've done this before, a few times. Always got a laugh out of it. Sometimes the guy pays, sometimes not. Doesn't matter. The chaos is part of the fun. Besides, I didn't use my real name for the booking, so even if they wanted to chase someone, they can't get me. You're bragging about using fake names to make fraudulent reservations? Do you even hear yourself? This isn't a joke anymore. It's harassment. And borderline criminal. Depending on the restaurant, this could be a police matter. Good luck with that. You think I haven't thought this through? No paper trail, no real ID. They only know you showed up. So guess who they're gonna come after for the cancellation? No, you're not dragging me into this. I'm not paying a cent. You planned this, you canceled, you lied, you pay. Nah, see, I already told the venue that you were covering the fee. Said you were the one who made the booking and wanted to surprise everyone with a prank. I even left your name and number with them. Told them you might try to run, so, good luck explaining that to them. You've seriously lost it. What kind of person does this? What kind of sick game are you playing? Oh, come on. Don't be so dramatic. It's just a bit of fun. Besides, it's not like you were even excited for this reunion anyway. You said yourself you were a nobody in high school. Thought it'd be funny to see the quiet kids squirm. So this was targeted. You singled me out because I didn't have many friends? You're still that insecure, pathetic bully who thinks screwing someone over makes you relevant? Nah, I just hate when people like you think they're suddenly part of the crowd. You weren't, you aren't, you won't be. You should have stayed in your little cave. This world's for people who can handle a joke. This isn't a joke, it's malicious. And if you think I won't take this to the police, think again. That restaurant could come after both of us, and I'll make sure every detail gets traced right back to you. Good luck proving anything. Fake name, burner number. I've done this dance before. Unbelievable. I honestly can't believe I ever thought about showing up and reconnecting. I thought maybe we'd all grown up a bit, but you've just become better at being cruel. Whatever, man. Thanks for the entertainment, though. You looked hilarious standing there all alone. If you end up paying the fee, great. If not, well, still worth it for the laughs. You want laughs? Try laughing when a lawyer's knocking on your door, because I'm not letting this go. You do that. Meanwhile, we'll be clinking glasses somewhere way more fun than that empty-ass venue you're still standing in. Enjoy the silence, Forrest. Later, loser. Go to hell, Tomas. Yo, Forrest, how's that one-man party going? Tell me, did you manage to cough up the money? Over here, we've been partying hard. Real wild night. We're headed to the after party next. You wanna come, or did you spend all your money running from your tab? I'll pass. I've got no interest in joining your little celebration, Tomas. Especially not after what you pulled. Oh, come on, don't be like that. You sulking or something? Look, my bad, okay? $7,000 is a lot of cash to lose on a prank. I get why you'd be pissed, but hey, look at it this way. Bad luck, right? Sometimes you roll the dice and crap out. Actually, I didn't pay a dime in cancellation fees. Wait, what? No way! You're not telling me you skipped out on the bill? Didn't run. I talked with the venue directly and got them to reverse the cancellation. We're still holding the party right now as we speak. Wait, seriously? You're throwing some sad little revenge party with your 4 lonely friends? Let me guess, you're passing the hat around so everyone chips in to cover the costs? How many people showed up to your pity parade? About 200. The hell did you just say? 200. Didn't want all that food and prep from the venue going to waste, so I reached out to coworkers, my boss, some clients, a few college buddies. Explained the situation, asked if they'd pitch in 20 or 30 bucks to keep the night alive, and it just snowballed. Even got friends of friends coming in now. Company execs, friends, spouses, suppliers, everyone's here. It's turned into a full-blown networking event. No way, that's crap. You couldn't organize a lunch, let alone a 200-person party. You're a nobody. Maybe, but I've got connections, like Michael. Met him during my overseas exchange program in college. His family's filthy rich, and he's the CEO of his own firm now. Happened to be in the States for business and doing a little sightseeing, so I invited him. He said sure, then showed up with 50, 60 people. His colleagues, clients, some international partners. Wait, Hold up! You went on exchange? You, Mr. Socially Awkward Loner? Pretty sure introversion doesn't disqualify someone from studying abroad. Anyway, the point is it's not some pathetic get-together. It's an opportunity. The kind you couldn't fake even if you tried. We've got professionals swapping business cards like crazy. Might walk out of here with 3 new contracts and half a dozen partnerships. Yeah, right. You're just making this up now. Think what you want, but guess who showed up a few minutes ago? I don't care. Your company's chairman and president. What? You're lying. Nope. Your president apparently knew me, came over and asked, "You're Forrest, right? You and our Tomas were classmates, weren't you?" Said he recognized me from a photo you'd shown around and he wanted to talk. Turns out he's been looking for an introduction to Michael's company. Thought I could help. And? Did you help? Tell me you helped! Nah, I turned him down. What? Why? Are you serious right now? That's my job on the line! Because it's your company. And let's not forget, I was the one who got conned. You tricked me into booking a venue, tried to stick me with a $7,000 tab just for your twisted amusement. Okay, but that has nothing to do with my company. Why take it out on my job? I don't have any beef with the company itself, but I sure as hell don't feel inclined to go out of my way for it either. Besides, when your president kept pressing, I decided to be honest. Told him everything. How you pulled a scam for laughs, how you nearly left me on the hook for thousands, and how this kind of behavior wasn't exactly new for you. What the hell, man? Why'd you tell him? Do you have any idea what'll happen if that deal falls through? I'll be the one who gets blamed! Not my problem. It's between you and your company. I just said I wouldn't introduce them. If the president still wants to pursue the deal, that's up to him. If not, well, maybe he's thinking twice about the kind of people he's promoted. You're screwing me over! You're doing this on purpose! I worked my ass off to get to where I am! I climbed from the bottom, man! You ruined this for me, I swear I'll sue you! For what? Telling the truth? Let me know how that goes. Your Honor, I bullied my old classmate and it backfired. Good luck finding a lawyer who'll touch that. You smug bastard! You know, I almost gave you the benefit of the doubt. If you just owned up, apologized like a decent human being, I might have tried smoothing things over. I would have talked to your president, explained you made a dumb mistake and deserved a second chance. But you doubled down, mocked me again, threatened me. You don't regret what you did, you're just afraid of consequences. Wait, don't go! Okay, I get it. You're right. I was an idiot. I shouldn't have done it. It was cruel and stupid, and I regret it. Please, I'll make it up to you. I'll apologize properly. Just please talk to the chairman. Please fix this before it's too late. Too late? Tomas, they already left. Packed up and gone maybe 10 minutes ago. Even if I wanted to fix this, I couldn't. No, you son of a... You set me up. You let me walk into this and now you're laughing behind my back. Set you up? That's rich, coming from the guy who started this mess with a fake party. Let me give you some advice. Next time you plan to humiliate someone, make sure they don't know how to bounce back. You think you won? I didn't come here to win. I came to clean up the mess you made. And I did it with class, integrity, and the support of people who actually respect me. You've got a second-rate after-party and a bunch of plastic smiles. I swear I'll... What, call your lawyer? Go cry to your boss? Good luck with that. Anyway, we're wrapping up soon. People are starting to say their goodbyes. Meanwhile, I hear your group's heading to a karaoke bar for round 2. Hope it's a blast. Do you think I can enjoy anything now? Guess not. But hey, enjoy the company you keep. You earned it. After everything wrapped up, we decided to end things on a high note by throwing a small party. It wasn't extravagant, but it was heartfelt. People mingled, shared stories, and you could feel a sense of closure and connection in the air. Everyone seemed genuinely happy with how it turned out. Some even said it was the most fulfilling event they'd been part of in a long time, especially because it allowed people from all walks of life to connect. That meant a lot to me. The best part? We managed to collect around $7,000 from everyone who participated. That money covered all the costs related to the incident, venue, cleanup, everything. I can't describe the relief I felt. It could have easily turned into a financial mess, but thanks to everyone's contributions, we walked away without a burden on our backs. I was grateful to all of them for their generosity and for standing by me. But of course, the story didn't end there. A few days after the event, I found out that Tomas, still trying to save face, approached Michael's company in hopes of securing a business deal. I never told Michael about how Tomas had deceived us earlier. I figured it would only add fuel to the fire and cause unnecessary tension. But somehow, word must have gotten around. The chairman and president of Michael's company seemed to have drawn their own conclusions. They assumed Tomas had been the source of trouble and began to treat him differently, colder, more dismissive. He was no longer invited to important meetings, his suggestions were ignored, and his name was barely acknowledged in group discussions. The change in tone was obvious to everyone. Soon after, rumors started spreading that Tomas had disrespected Michael's company during the negotiations. Whether it was true or not didn't seem to matter anymore. Perception had already taken hold. Then came the final blow. Someone from Tomas's own circle, one of the people he thought was a close friend, leaked the story about his previous antics. The same antics that caused so much chaos in the first place. Once that came to light, the mood around Tomas shifted completely. People started giving him side eyes, whispering when he walked past. He was no longer seen as a capable professional, but as a cautionary tale. His reputation, once decent if not impressive, was now in shambles. He began avoiding common areas, eating lunch alone, and eventually stopped showing up to optional events entirely. The isolation must have been suffocating. To be honest, it's hard to feel sorry for him. This was the result of his own actions. But I can't help thinking the chairman and president overreacted too. Their response felt vindictive, like they were more interested in punishing someone than understanding the situation. In the end, I just hope everyone involved has learned something. I know I have. I never want to be part of another one of Tomas's games. Some mistakes cost more than money. They cost trust, dignity, and peace of mind. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story. Hey, Laura, how you doing? How's it like still living with Mom and Dad? I'm sure you made the right decision to continue living with Mom and Dad because you can't make enough money as a middle school graduate. But I think it's about time you learned to become independent.
What is wrong with you? I guess you enjoy picking on your sister so much. You texted me again because you're bored, and you're repeating the same thing again. You must know that only those with low IQ repeat the same thing over and over again. I'm worried about your vocabulary. Maybe go and get your brain checked.
What are you saying? I used to be called a genius, a one-in-a-million child, the son of God. Unlike you who haven't even graduated from high school, I have a bachelor's degree. We have very different educational backgrounds.
So what do you want from me? Why are you texting me?
What?
Did you text me just to insult me for no reason? You must have a lot of time to waste. I'm busy right now, so can we talk again later? Waste your time on something else.
Okay, poor people have no time to waste, I guess. They have to work frantically to make money.
Bye.
Hey, wait a minute, I'm not done talking to you. I texted because I had something I wanted to tell you. I didn't just text you because I was bored. I have better things to do than that.
Then what do you want? Make it short and fast.
I found a new job. I quit my old job and changed jobs.
Okay, your 10th time changing jobs. Congrats. Nothing surprising, just classic you behavior. Goodbye then.
I'm telling you to wait. Are you that busy? This time, I'm getting paid a lot, although it's just my first salary. My first salary is over $3,000.
Okay, so what? What's the big deal?
Come on, be honest and admit that you're jealous. No need to pretend like you're not. Girls are way prettier when they're honest and straightforward with their feelings, you know. That's a lesson from your brother.
Gosh, I really don't understand what the big deal is. It's none of my business, and I'm not interested at all.
Then let me be straightforward with you so that you can understand what I mean. A middle school graduate like you and a college graduate like me are just too different to understand each other, I guess. I'm guessing you barely make $1,500 every month because you're just a middle school graduate, which means you'll never be able to win against me. Do you finally get the point I wanted to make?
Do you know the word ignorant, or is that word too difficult for you?
Oh, are you referring to yourself? Yes, you're using the word right. You should have gone to high school at least. What are you gonna do without any proper educational degrees? Oh, but you were happy with your middle school graduation certificate and decided to get a job instead of pursuing higher education. I'm sure you made this stupid decision because you hated studying. Such a dumb reason. I can't believe you made an important life decision like this just because of something so small. What an ignorant kid you are.
You literally have no idea.
What?
Nothing. Don't worry about it. Then I guess you're done making your announcement? I'm at work now, you know. I think it's during your work hours too, no? You'll get fired soon if you don't do your work properly. How about you go back to work and stop wasting your time?
Me? Getting fired? No way! That is the last thing that would happen. I'm a genius who used to be called the son of God, remember?
Okay, let's go back to work. Bye.
Hey, Laura, hello? I know you're jealous of my high salary, but you're being too obvious with your envy towards me. As the sister of a genius like me, you should at least act properly so that you won't embarrass me. Hey, are you still there? Don't just leave me on unread. Hello? I didn't give you permission to go offline. Hey, Laura. I'm getting my pay today. Do you want some? I should share with the poor.
I thought this was your first salary after changing jobs. I think you should save the money for future purposes. Don't just use everything now.
A genius like me never keeps money overnight. You know that saying?
What did you say?
Never mind, there's no way you know such a difficult saying. So, how much do you want? I feel sorry for you, so let me give you some as your brother who made $3,000 as his first salary.
Why?
I just feel so sorry for Mom and Dad who live off your small salary that you barely managed to make with your middle school degree. Poor Mom and Dad, they pretend like they're happy. So just answer me, how much do you want?
I don't need anything.
Well, I kinda knew it. I knew you would say no. Your useless pride would never say yes to my kind offer.
Then why ask? Leave me alone.
Oh, don't be so jealous of me. It's no use.
Why do I have to be jealous? There is no reason for me to envy you.
Well, you only make $1,500 a month, right? I think that's enough of a reason. Imagining how impoverished your life must be, ooh, it gives me shivers. I'm just being kind, sis.
Hey, first of all, I think you're misunderstanding something. You haven't been home for 10 years. You have no idea what kind of life we're having right now. It's none of my business how you have a wild imagination, especially in a negative way. But can you stop mixing your imagination up with reality, assuming like that's the truth?
What are you saying? I'm sure that you don't make much money as a middle school graduate. And think about it. Dad stopped working after the company he worked for went bankrupt. Mom also quit her part-time job after she got sick. There's no way your monthly salary of $1,500 is enough to support the whole family. I'm sure you're so impoverished, barely having enough to eat every day.
If you say so, how about you visit us once?
Huh?
You just live an hour away from our house. It's not that far.
Too much work for me. I'm lazy.
It's been 10 years since you last came home, so I'm sure it's worth your visit to see how things have changed. You can visit any time.
Nah, I bet the house that was already old became even more worn out over the decade. No need to go there in person.
Then how about you at least check the street view on maps and see how our house looks now?
Huh?
You can check how the house looks now. You'll understand that you're the one who has no idea and is being ignorant.
You don't make any sense.
If you can spare a minute or two and make the effort to check, you should understand what I mean completely. You're not as busy as me, right? You should have the time.
Why would I do that? Too much extra work.
Okay then, do whatever you want. So in the end, you just wanted to brag about your salary, right? You have no plans to share with us your money in the first place. You were just being the annoying brother you always were. If you want to waste your time on something so useless like this, how about you spend more time working?
Wow, look at you being all bossy and acting like you know better than me. Unlike you, who has to work so hard like an ant, I'm a genius with a bachelor's degree, so people go easy on me even when I don't focus on my work for a while.
You'll definitely be fired if you disrupt the workflow. You should know better if you're such a genius.
You're the one who's on the verge of getting fired.
I'm going back to work now. You should focus more on your work. You don't want to embarrass yourself.
Okay. Hey, Laura! What the hell is going on? You owe me an explanation!
Huh? What's your problem?
Our house is gone! Where do you live now? When did you move out? Where's your new house? Don't tell me you sold the house because you were so desperate for money. Why didn't you tell me anything? You could have asked me for advice. Tell me where you live now!
Huh? We haven't moved anywhere.
Then what's this huge house right in front of me? There's a huge house built at the address we used to live at. The house even uses the land that used to be owned by our neighbor. There's no way you're living in this huge house.
So I guess you're right in front of our house now? You could have told me beforehand.
I'm telling you that the house is gone. Are you too dumb to understand? My friend told me that your house is cool as hell, so I made some time just for this and decided to visit you guys. What the hell is going on? I'm so confused. I'm lost.
How about you check the name written on the porch before you make a fuss like a small kid?
Huh? What do you mean? Wait, that's our last name. What? What is going on? I'm so confused. The new resident living in this house has the same last name? What kind of coincidence is that?
The house you're in front of is our house. Our last name is written there. When our neighbor moved out and left the house next door vacant, we decided to buy their land, got rid of the fence in between the two houses, and built a whole new house, which is the one you're seeing right now.
No way, you're lying! Mom and Dad are living off the small salary you make every month because you haven't even gone to high school, unlike me. There's no way you have the money to build a huge house like this. It doesn't make any sense. First of all, Mom and Dad haven't come out of the house to greet me yet. You either! Where the hell are you guys?
Oh, it's really a coincidence, but I'm on a business trip now, and our parents are abroad on vacation. But it's your fault for not telling us beforehand that you're visiting us.
What did you say? They're on vacation abroad? Where did they get the money from? They don't have a job!
Let me just say this. I guess a genius can be a dumbass, or is a genius a dumbass?
What are you blabbing about?
Oh, I'm not saying it wrong or anything, I'm serious. There's a fine line between a genius and a madman. Well, I'm sure you're just a madman at this point.
You don't make any sense!
Then let me ask you something. Do you know who the CEO is of the company you work for now? You're an employee, you should know the basics.
Why would I know? It's none of my business. A genius like me doesn't need to know to get my work done.
I knew it.
What is your problem? Just be straightforward. Don't waste my time and tell me what you want to say. You're annoying me now.
Then let me be straightforward with you. The CEO of the company you're working for is me, your sister, who you always thought was a dumb middle school graduate.
Ha!
Do you want me to rephrase it so you can process the information better? I'm the one who hired you. Do you understand the power balance now?
What are you saying?
I think it's been around a month since you joined us. I can't believe you still haven't memorized the name of the CEO. How dare you call yourself a genius with a bachelor's degree?
Huh? Wait a minute. What is going on?
You must remember how you ended up coming in for a job interview at our company.
Huh? Uncle suddenly visited me without any notice. He made me sit in front of the computer saying I should take part in a job interview online right away.
Yep, that was to check your computer skills.
Then it was time to talk with the interviewer online.
Yep, you talked with the HR after the test.
Then they told me I got the job.
Yeah, I decided I'll just hire you. As expected from someone who graduated from college, you were able to do basic stuff on the computer, so I thought you won't be too much of a burden. I'm the one who made the decision to hire you.
Why?
I know about what happened at the company you used to work for. I heard that you messed up big time and got fired.
Huh? How come you know?
You tried to find a job, but even after half a year, you didn't manage to get a job anywhere. You were about to borrow money from the bank to cover for your living expenses. Am I wrong?
What? Why do you know all this?
Your ex-girlfriend was kind enough to tell me all this.
She's the one who told you?
It seemed like she knew that I had my own company for some reason. Before I get in trouble because of my dumb brother, she advised me to do something and take matters into my own hands. She has a point, you know, and it's very kind of her that she let me know.
Okay.
So I asked my uncle, who works as my advisor at my company, and hired you as one of my employees. Does it make sense to you now? By the way, everyone in my company knows that you're my brother, the CEO's brother, okay?
No, wait a minute. It doesn't make sense. How come you're the CEO when you don't even have a bachelor's degree?
It's simple. I just started my own business.
What? Ah, you started your own business? How come?
You might have no idea what I've been doing the past 10 years because you rarely visited us. But I really worked hard and put a lot of effort. That's why I was able to rebuild our worn-out house. It's the result of my hard work.
A middle school graduate like you is the CEO?
If you can't believe it, go check the website of my company yourself. You can see my photo and read the greetings by the CEO. My face is clearly pasted on the website.
What the hell? I'm a genius who graduated college with a bachelor's degree, but I'm being hired by my little sister who only went to middle school?
Let me argue against that. I always wanted to tell you this. It's your fault that I had no other choice but to give up on going to high school. Don't you remember?
Ah! It's my fault?
The admission fee of my high school? You used them all up, saying it was an unexpected income you could use for whatever you wanted.
Ah!
Back then, it was just when the company Dad worked for went bankrupt, so we didn't really have money. So I gave up on going to high school. I was the one who paid for your tuition from your third year until you graduated from college. I bet you never knew.
You can't be serious.
I hope you haven't forgotten one important thing. We're still testing if you're fit to continue working at my company. I decided to let you do your thing this past month, not telling you anything on purpose. But regarding your behavior and attitude at work, I'm sad to tell you that I've been receiving very negative feedback and comments from your fellow colleagues, especially your attitude towards Michael from marketing and Melinda from administration. Stop acting all bossy and intimidating them at work just because they're younger than you. They've been working at this company longer than you, so they're your seniors at work. You have to respect them. So there's 2 more months left for your testing period. I would not go easy on you just because you're my blood-related brother. If you don't change your attitude and start taking work seriously, I am ready to fire you anytime. A genius child is just a normal adult once they grow up. That's the harsh reality. My brother might have been a genius when he was younger, but by the time he passed the age of 20, he was just a normal guy in college. My brother grew up without facing any huge challenges and failures in life, so he ended up becoming a dumbass with a twisted personality who believed that he was a genius and didn't even doubt that. After we texted and he found out the surprising truth about me, it looks like he was defeated by reality. And I heard that he lost all his arrogance, resembling a boxer who lost all his passion after a defeat, slouching in the corner of the boxing ring. For the rest of his testing period, he worked diligently and focused on his assigned work. I guess he was always aware of my uncles and my deathly stares in the office. But it left me an impression to see him enjoying computer work and making graphs for our data the other day. He doesn't need to be special, so I just hope he can become a normal office worker just like anyone else.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.